Hello everybody, welcome to Deluxe Collectibles, and today we're going to be doing my reaction and review for LEGO Ninjago Season 12, Episode 7, The Cliffs of Hysteria. So if you would like to see my full reaction to the episode, then be sure to head down below to the description where right at the top you'll see a link over to Google Photos where you'll be able to view my full uncut reaction to the episode. And then if you want to come back over for the full spoiler review, then you can come back over to this YouTube video and watch it. And if you've already seen the episode, then just stick on over here and we'll go through the whole episode and I'll share my thoughts with all of you. So without further ado, let's get into that. So I have my laptop here as well and a few notes just so I don't forget anything about the episode. But basically this episode is all of the characters now they're journeying with Okino to try to get through the Cliffs of Hysteria. And they basically come across the cliffs and they're endless. They're like massive. It's basically like in a video game when there's just an invisible wall that you just can't pass through, and you can like see forward like that there's more stuff, but you just can't get through it because it just can't load. And that's basically what the Cliffs of Hysteria are. They are just massive. But luckily when they're there, they wind up running into a shop merchant basically named Shifty, because of course, the shop merchant is named Shifty, and they go over to him basically, and he's selling some grapple guns and then some rope as well. And basically, at one point, he starts like trying to hit on Nia, and I love it because Jay just subtly like moves his hand off of Nia, and I was like, good for you, Jay. Good for defending Nia there. But basically, Shifty gives them a discount on the item, the first item, the grapple gun. So they wind up getting that for fairly cheap. And then he basically introduces them to the rope. And there's two types here. The first one is the rope of supreme durability. And then they have the rope of questionable integrity. So, of course, Kai's like, yeah, this is a no-brainer. We're going to take the rope of supreme durability. And then he's like, okay, good. That'll be 600 credits. And then they're like, oh, yeah, no, we can't afford that. And he's like, well, you know, it's hard to come across some good rope here. And then Jay's like, and then it's really funny because Jay's basically just like, oh, but what about the Nia discount? And then basically he's like, oh yeah, I'll throw in an extra arrow. And they're like, yeah, that's probably not going to help us too much. So basically they wind up going with the rope of questionable durability, because, or integrity, sorry, because basically they start getting chased down by some of the Red Visors. They have now found them, and I think it's because, of course, the Red Visors know who they're going after here, so they start to climb up the wall, basically, the Cliffs of Hysteria, and it's really funny because it's very intense for all the other ninja, because, of course, they're really low on their lives, and the Red Visors do attack Okino, but he so easily defends against them. He's just kind of not even looking, hitting them back with his sword, and it's pretty funny because Okino's still feeling a bit like conflicted with himself as well, just because of everything that he's finding out, everything that's kind of being uncovered here. It's really just kind of blowing his mind. So I think I totally get that he would be a little bit down at the moment. But basically the ninja wind up fighting off these Red Visors, mainly thanks to Kai, surprisingly. So good on you, Kai, finally trying to redeem yourself here after being the first one to lose both their lives. And he basically winds up being able to capture one of the Red Visors here. They wind up getting one of them, and Nia's able to hack into the system of it to basically find out some information. So we also find out earlier from Shifty that the energy cubes are basically what the people are turned into. I know previously I was calling them Rubik's cubes, but now we know they're energy cubes. And also at the end of the episode, so now that they got this Red Visor, Nia's hacked into it and they find out some information. So the energy cubes are being used by Onigami to construct a device that will allow them to travel over to Ninjago through a portal. So it's really crazy. Of course, he's trying to get into the real world. And Okino here basically brings up the point of that if everything's kind of evil in this game, at least NPC-wise, could he be evil and under Unagami's control and just doing what Unagami wants? And the ninja are basically like, no, you make your own choices. It's mainly Lloyd who's kind of encouraging him. So he winds up agreeing with them and saying, okay, yeah, you're probably right. I make my own choices, so I'll come along with you and still help you through these trials. And I feel like, I don't know, like I've seen the minifigure, of course, of seen Okino in the series, and I've seen the minifigure of Unagami in the Lego set, and they do have the same hairpiece, so I don't know. Maybe Unagami winds up being Okino, or Okino winds up being Unagami, and I feel like that could possibly happen because maybe he's not technically being controlled by Unagami, but maybe he is Unagami and he just doesn't know it yet, so I'm not too sure. I feel like some sort of reveal is going to wind up happening, some sort of twist in that way, but who knows? They could wind up just trying to throw people off knowing that we'd see that in the Lego sets before the show came out, and then kind of theorizing like that and thinking that way, so I'm not too sure. I really like Okino's character, so I kind of hope that doesn't wind up happening, but also at the same time it would be a bit of a cool twist, maybe not so much a surprise, because I've already kind of predicted that something like that might happen, but I'd be really interested to see where they go in that direction. And then who else would wind up being Okino? I guess the creator of the game, of course, could wind up being Okino, so that, or not Okino, could wind up being Unagami, so I'm not sure. Let me know all of your theories down below if you haven't already seen this season. I know I'm a little bit late on the reaction, so if you've already seen it, please don't let me know down below, but if you haven't seen it and you're watching along with me, then let me know who your guess could maybe be. I think the creator's name was Milton Dyer, so if it's maybe Milton Dyer, if it's Okino, just who do you think could it be? Maybe one of the League of J's? That was just completely a guess there. I definitely don't think it is, but yeah, just any sort of character who you think it could be. But yeah, I enjoyed this episode overall. I thought it was really good. Now they've gotten past the cliffs of Hysteria, so now they're arriving at the final challenge. So I'll be curious to see how that goes for the ninja. But yeah, overall a good episode. And if you enjoyed this review and reaction, be sure to leave a like on the video and also subscribe for future content as well. I would really appreciate the support. And also follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I now have a new Twitter account and a new Instagram, so be sure to follow both of those if you want to stay up to date. I'm going to start posting whenever I post a video to let you know so that you can have an alert, or you could just ring the bell on the channel as well if you want to be alerted when a new video is posted. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. I will see you all next time, and always remember, keep on collecting.